Okay, so it's that time again, and just going over recent movie haul we've gotten. We've been picking them up over the past week or so, maybe a little over a week. Going to thrift stores, stuff that's been recommended to us. So a few things I have picked up online, but the majority of everything that I have here is more than likely come from the thrift store. So getting stuff on the cheap, VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray stuff. So the very first thing that we have, and I couldn't pass this up. I have many copies of this. I have many copies on VHS, but this is one I don't have. This is Star Wars Original Trilogy, and I picked the whole thing up for $1. So this was in great condition, and it was a version that I don't have. The packaging on this side, after you take the sleeve off, is in mint condition, still extremely shiny. So glad to have this in my collection. This was a version I didn't have. It has some kind of Jedi Knights trading cards in here, but the cover art is the main reason, and the fact that it's in basically mint condition. When you're collecting this old stuff, it's really awesome to have some of it as if it was brand new and shiny. It just adds to the just the fun part of collecting, because I mean I have so many of these tapes where the boxes are just completely destroyed, but to have this as if I just went out to the store and I bought it brand new from Best Buy, it's just really nice to have. And then the tapes are all in mint condition. There's no mold or rotting or anything that you find in there sometimes, but really glad to have this in my collection. And I had to fight my kid because she loves Star Wars so much. She actually wanted this one for her room, and I said absolutely not, because I don't have this version yet. And so I had to promise to give her one of my other ones. So this one I'm glad to have. So I picked up several VHS. I picked up some stuff for my collection, stuff for her collection. So right off the bat, we're going to have this one, another 99-cent job. So Cartoon Classics. So it's a Mickey shorts, and it's got all these old ones now. I'm sure we've seen all these before. I know I have. I don't know if my kid has seen all of these, but we do watch a lot of the shorts. I have a couple of the older DVDs. And then this one here, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I haven't seen stuff like this since I was a kid, watching the old Godzilla stuff that they used to play on TV on the weekends. So glad to have this in my collection, because other than the modern Godzilla stuff, I don't think I have anything like that. So that's a nice pickup. We picked up Secret of Nim. So this is something I have on Blu-ray. I've been trying to get her to watch it because I believe this comes from Don Bluth. Yeah, Don Bluth Productions. The art in this at the time was really great, and just when this came out, it was just showing everybody what else they could do, because most of everybody's was familiar with what Disney was doing at the time, but this was just so far from Disney. And I know there's like some kind of story with all the people involved in making this movie. I believe they had worked at Disney at some point, so I don't recall the whole story, so I'm not going to speak on that, but I know that at the time this was pretty impressive, and it's something I grew up watching. It's something I love. I've tried to get my kid into it a few times, but seeing it on VHS, she actually wanted it for her room, so hopefully she gets into it now, so that I'm excited for, because it's a movie I'd like to watch with her. This one here is something I've actually missed, and for when it was sold originally, it was $3, and now I paid 99 cents for it. So this was something I missed. Frantic with Harrison Ford. It's a VHS tape. It's something I had never saw, and it looks like, it's got the restricted stickers on it. So this was probably at a video rental store. So it's got the rated R sticker on the outside. It's got a code sticker. So yeah, this was more than likely a video rental store item, and then they probably sold it originally for $3. I did remember, yep, it's called Movie Mart, and it has a tape title in there, and it was number 349. But even being a video rental tape, it's in really good condition on the outside. I look at the tape's not all marred up, which sometimes when you rented out tapes, VCRs could eat them, and you always have that possibility. But the video store rental tapes, I believe, were a higher quality than what you would normally get in the store. They always feel heavier. So I don't know if there was just a heavier duty, film, the actual tape was designed to just last longer and constant plays. But I know that when I do find tapes that were specifically designed from video stores, they're heavier than the rest. The Return of the King. So this is a great one to have in the collection. So Lord of the Rings stuff. Love having this. We have The Hobbit, and I haven't seen much of this stuff since I was a kid. So again, a great tape. This one is 97 minutes long. So awesome. And then my kid has already decided she's taking this one, and I'm not complaining. Spider-Man. This is one. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is probably one of my favorites. It's another one, just glad to have it in the collection. I'm going to be able to put it back there and just watch this on the weekends when we spend a lot of time in this room. And it's something we've seen a million times. We have it on DVD. I'm sure we have it on Blu-ray. But now to have it on VHS, we're going to be able to watch it in here very nicely. Another one for my kid. It was a Disney Shorts. Now this one's called Love Tales. And so it was Mickey and Minnie on the cover. But on the back, you got Daisy and Donald. And I do remember a lot of those shorts, and so this one's not long. I think it's only like 25 minutes. Yes, 25 minutes on this one. So you just got a whole bunch of shorts, probably maybe 3, depending on how long they actually were. 3, maybe 4. Willy Wonka. So this is one she grabbed. Super excited about that one because it's another one I like. She's seen it before. She likes it, and all the creepy stuff that's involved. She's a big fan of that. So I'm encouraging her imagination. If she likes all that creepy stuff, let her, because who knows what she's going to do when she grows up. You think like Ray Harryhausen was inspired by some of that type of stuff, and so and then other movie makers and creatives have been always inspired by that, and so it just makes me happy to see her latching on to it and continuing that fashion. So it's not like she likes this specific movie and that one creepy part. Like, it's pretty much all the creepy stuff. She's really into it. Princess Bride is another one. We have this. I have it on Criterion Collection. One of my favorites. So she needed it for her room, so we have that. Return of Jafar is another one. So this is one for her room. We didn't have this one in her room. I actually don't think we have this in anywhere else in the collection either. So we might be watching it in here this weekend, and then she's probably just going to take it off to her room, because I know we have the first one. Obviously, we have it on Blu-ray, we have it on VHS, we have it on a couple different formats, and we do have the third one, but we don't have this one. So it's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm glad to get back into it. And so we have those. Let's see, next up, some DVDs that we didn't have. So I actually didn't have this in my collection. I've seen it a bunch of times. My cousin Vinny couldn't pass that up because it's a movie I would love to watch. Now, Hooper, I have not seen this. So this is a Burt Reynolds one. I absolutely love the cover. Now, I hate when these companies put these stickers on the outside. Like, this is more of a cardboard, very similar to how the VHS packages are. And so to get these stickers off now, it's a pain in the butt. A lot of times I actually leave them on, but something like this, not only did I buy the movie because it's Burt Reynolds, but that's a cool cover, and you don't see a lot of stuff like that anymore. So this is something, the way I set it on the shelf, I might have it like a display, so to have that sticker on there is kind of a pain in the butt. But it looks really awesome, and the back cover got me too. So he's jumping out of an airplane wearing like a tuxedo. I'm in. So really excited for this one. A lot of times when you're finding these discs, the tines are busted out, and I find it more often in these older Warner Brothers sets. So this, a lot of people didn't like this. So it's a snap case. It has like a cardboard thing here. It was actually pretty easy to take this out. So you can actually pop this side off, and you can open these up. And once you open these up like this, you can actually swap out this cardboard piece for a nice working plastic, which is really good. The problem is, because this is cardboard, generally if this was all messed up, more than likely this was too. But I have found a lot of times the tines will be broken, and I could just swap it out for a different one on a movie that I didn't really like. So a lot of people didn't like this kind of case. I did. I never minded it. Even when it was brand new, I never minded it. And a lot of people like opening things up. It's very satisfaction. You know, they like it. There's actually YouTube videos dedicated to it. Peeling the stickers off of this specific DVD when it was brand new, to me, was very appealing, and it was the whole satisfaction of opening things. Like, that was, to me, that was on these discs. So I liked it, and this was one I love to have in the collection. Looking forward to watching it. This one here, I've seen it a bunch of times, never owned it. Money Talks, because I think every time I wanted to watch it, it was available on TV, so it was something I never thought about buying. And for $1, I couldn't pass this one up. Now, Covenant. I like this whole fantasy, high fantasy stuff. This one has to do with witches. And it's definitely geared towards more like girls, and because I know my teenage girls love this. But I like the story of it, so Covenant. Again, you know, the teenage girls are going to love watching this, but I kind of like the story. You know, I almost wish that there was a different take on it. It wasn't necessarily directed towards girls, and maybe expanding on this whole idea for that was in this movie. I thought it was pretty neat. Triple X. So this is one I saw a bunch of times, and I don't own it in any other format. So this one was cool to have. Now this is a case I've never seen before, so I don't know if this was like an aftermarket used case. If it was something like video rental stores might have had if they were selling selling stuff after the fact. But it has this red security tab here, and it says cut tabs all along the way. And when you open it, it still opens pretty hard. So I'm actually very curious that this wasn't like just a security measure, because it looks like it inserts in there. So you put this all together if you're going to sell this as a video rental store, and then you just slap that in there, and it's almost impossible to open without actually cutting it and doing that. So something I never saw before. It's pretty neat. But Triple X, this was a fun one at the time. I don't think I liked any of the other ones in the franchise, but this is one I don't mind diving back into for $1. And Jet Li, Fist of Legend. So big Jet Li fan, love martial arts, and so this one I haven't seen, and I'm excited for it. The back cover just reminds me of like those old Bruce Lee films. I don't know anything about this, and I didn't even bother to read the back synopsis of it. I just saw the cover, and I said I had to have it. I opened it up. Now this one, these cases here with the tabs, I never really liked that. That was just always a pain in the butt, because I can't tell you how many times I've tried to open it and the tabs were still shut. But it has the flap. There's no page in here, so almost all these old DVDs had a little page to go with it. It would have the cover art, and then it would, on the back, it would almost have like the chapter breakdowns and stuff. So this doesn't have it, but it has 2 discs. Looking forward to getting into it. But yeah, a lot of times, especially these cases, a lot of times these tabs do break off, but my OCD says that I have to open them and close them. It's just one of the security features. I never liked having it, because I can't tell you how many times I do this, and I'm just like, oh, the tabs. But the Warner Brothers case, I never minded it. This one, I never liked it. Now, this one was recommended to me by several people, and somebody that always comes to my live streams. But then Eric the Viking. So it's got all kinds of cool people. The movies I've loved, they're in it. You have Tim Robbins, Terry Jones, Eartha Kitt, Mickey Rooney, John Cleese, Anthony Sir. So you got a whole bunch of people. It seems really great. Seems are right up my alley. A little bit comedy. You know, Eric the Viking. Everything from that time period. I'm excited to get into that one. And then we've also been diving into a little bit of anime. So I picked up Nausicaa. It was highly recommended to me. Picked that one up. And Goblin Slayer. So obviously Goblin Slayer is going to be for me after my kid goes to sleep, but we're going to watch Nausicaa together. It's a Studio Ghibli film, and we're going to be looking forward to that one. Then picked up a whole bunch of Ray Harryhausen films, movies that I remember seeing as a kid, but diving into it, I found this new Indicator line, and then this one here I ended up getting a great deal on. So it's Twilight Time. It's a boutique label that went out of business during the whole COVID shutdown They went out of business for about that time, and so I ended up getting this one cheap. I bid on eBay on this one, and I got a heck of a deal on it because these Twilight Time titles usually go for a lot of money, and I think I just got it at the perfect time. It was ending at the right time where nobody's really noticing it and nobody swiped me. So I got this for a good price. And the Twilight Time boutique label was just a really nice one. It's sad to see it go, but I have several of their films, and to have this one for not a lot of money was really nice. And they come with little inserts and give you all kinds of information on the film. And not a lot of the boutique labels even do that. So even some of your nicer boutique labels, being a more expensive Blu-ray, not too many of them do it. Now some do, but it was just nice that Twilight Time did that. So I picked that one up because it's a Ray Harryhausen film. It's one I've never seen before. But then this is one of my favorites. So this comes from that indicator line. So this one actually came all the way from England. And it's a region-free disc, so it plays regions A, B, and C, so it'll play in our player, even though it came from England, and it's a British boutique movie label called Indicator Films. And the nice thing about them, they are numbered, so if you are trying to collect them, very similar to Criterion. So it came from Beneath the Sea, one of my favorites. I really love this film, and just to see the stop-motion animation that he was really into, and just that whole backstory, how Ray Harryhausen got started into it, was just really wonderful. And if you want to know a little bit more about that and my appreciation for Ray Harryhausen, I'll put a link at the end of the video, and you could check that out. But then the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, got that one, another indicator line. So these are just really nice. You got a nicer, more sturdy case, great Blu-ray disc. It's got some stuff inside for other titles that they have. So just everything about this is really nice. I have two other indicator films, Ray Harryhausen ones, and I've really enjoyed those. So to add more to this collection, I'm really excited about that. And then Sinbad, Eye of the Tiger. Now, one of these, because I only thought there was two Sinbad movies. I'm not sure which one I saw. I'm pretty sure it was the Golden Voyage. I'm pretty sure this is the one I saw. So I'm not sure if I actually saw this one, or maybe I saw parts of it. I just don't remember this one, though. But love the Sinbad tales. I love that stop motion animation, everything Ray Harryhausen did. And that was pretty much my collection, adding to my collection so far, and the most recent pickup. If you have these movies, if you've seen them, if you're a collector, if you still get into VHS like I do, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe.